Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. It's now time to start our learning again. And today we're going to be starting off with multiplying and dividing by 4 and 8. So let's start straight away with some 4 times tables. Now here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of cookies. And in each of those groups, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 cookies. So let's write that information down. We have 5 lots of 4 cookies. So essentially, our times table is 5 times 4. So let's go through our 4 times table and see what that gives us. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Nice and easy. Now this time you might be thinking, oh, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 eggs. So that's not the 4 times table. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So this time it's 4 lots of 6 eggs, which is the same as saying 4 times 6. So we can still figure this out using our 4 times table. So let's have a go. We go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So as you will have noticed, no matter where the 4 is, whether it's on the left or right of my calculation, I've still been able to use the 4 times table to find the answer. That being said, let's look at a division question. Something divided by 4 equals 3. So I've got 4 groups, each with 3 in. Now to find the answer, I can change this division into a times table. Because if something divided by 4 equals 3, well, if I do 3 times 4, that should give me the answer, shouldn't it? 3 times 4 is 12. I can check if I'm right by counting up all the dots, all the red circles, and if there's 12, I know I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm right. That means 12 divided by 4 equals 3. I could also say that 12 divided by 3 must equal 4. All I've done is swap the 3 and 4 around. Now that we've done the 3 times table, now that we've done the 4 times table, let's have a look at the 8 times table. So, using the same method we did for the 4 times table, we can have a go at the 8s. So here I've got how many groups? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8 lots of how many cartons? Well, there's 2 cartons in each group, so there's 8 lots of cartons, 8 lots of 2 cartons equals something cartons. It's the same as saying 8 times 2. And I know that 8 times 2 is 8, 16. So there's 16 cartons altogether. Yeah, so 8 times 2 is 16. Using that same method, see if you can figure out what number 2 is. And welcome back if you paused. So, let's have a look. Well, to start with, how many groups are there? There's 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 lots of something fish. Well, in each group, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fish. So 3 lots of 8 fish. We're essentially saying 3 times 8 equals something. Well, 8, 16, 24. There are 24 fish altogether. I could do this a long way around by saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yep, I am indeed right, but it's a lot longer. Now, as we said before, it doesn't matter what way the calculation's written, you can still use the same three numbers to solve these calculations. For example, 8 times 5 equals 40, which means the other multiplication calculation could be 5 times 8 equals 40. How would you write this as a division? Take a moment now to pause and have a go. And welcome back if you paused. So, if we wanted to write these as a division, we would need our biggest number at the start, which is 40. And I need to divide it by either the 8 or 5, so let's put the 8. And then the only number I've got left is my 5. So now I know that 40 divided by 8 equals 5. Same with the last one, biggest number at the start, 40. Only this time I'm going to divide it by 5. And the only number left is 8, so that must go there. There we go. Just by giving those three numbers, I've been able to work out an additional 3 calculations using them. I've included on here to help you 2 number lines of the 4 times table and the 8 times table. And before we finish off, I want to know if you've noticed the pattern in the 4 and 8 times table, where the numbers are doubled in the 8 times table. Double 4 is 8. Double 8 is 16. Well, that works like that because the 4 times table is half of the 8 times table. 4 times 2 is 8. So if I said to you, do me 5 times 8, and you weren't sure how to do the 8 times table, you could do 5 times 4 equals 20. Times that answer by 2 gives me 40. Well, let's see if I'm right. I've said that 5 times 4 is 20. So 1 times 4 is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So I'm right about the 5 times 4. I've then said that if it's the 8 times table, the answer must be 40. So let's see if I'm right. 8 times 1 is 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. 8 times 5 is 40. So if you are really struggling with your 8 times table, do it as a 4 times table and then double your answer if you're timesing. Today, your 4 times table worksheet is silver and your 8 times table worksheet is gold, and platinum is on a separate sheet. If you have any questions, please email, and have a lovely day. Why won't you stop?